Hi Year 10, I hope that you're getting on well writing your notes on each PowerPoint. If you've missed any PowerPoint at any point, remember to go to the YouTube channel, have a look, read through it, make notes. You will need this for September. I'm expecting you to know this information already, have it in your books and have it ready to revise from. So this time we're going to be looking at substance use for this PowerPoint. So today we're going to be looking at substance use. I do apologise now if I sniff or sneeze. I have woken up the worst hay fever, so please bear with me. Substance use is, well, substance in this, for instance, in this example, is alcohol, nicotine, illegal drugs, and misuse of prescribed drugs. Regular use of the above or the aforementioned could lead to long-term health problems. We often hear of people that die of alcohol poisoning and drugs like cocaine overdoses, but actually what we rarely hear of, although it's becoming more common, is people that have died through the use of misuse of prescribed drugs. So these are drugs prescribed by your GP or your consultant, but they've been abused by the person that takes them. They have been taken too many or too often, which can lead to the downfall in their death. So it's really important to have a look at some of these key people here who have died by having drugs that are legal, prescribed by the doctor, but too much. In regards to substance use, people can become very addicted to alcohol, drugs, prescription drugs. And an addiction is not having control of what you're doing. It's taking or using something to the point of where it may be harmful to you. Now, lately on TV, a lot of the betting ads, it highlights at the end, when the fun stops, stop. And it's trying to encourage people that have an addiction to gambling to stop when they start losing money. There's a lack of public health campaigns regarding other forms of addiction, but you find it physically very hard to stop doing what you're doing, and that is an addiction. If we have a look at alcohol first, alcohol is very much socially accepted in many cultures. However, if it's not controlled, it can become an addiction for some people. Throughout lockdown, there has been an increased rise of people drinking. You only have to look at Saturdays and Sundays in A&E, where the incidence of someone drinking too much alcohol and causing themselves harms or other people harms increases. Excessive drinking of alcohol can cause many illnesses and problems, but if it's taken in moderation, alcohol is viewed as pleasurable. It is just making sure people take it in moderation. The first full guidelines on alcohol consumption since 1995 was published by the UK government in January 2016 that says any amount of alcohol can increase the risk of cancer. So even the smallest amount can increase the risk. Men and women who drink regularly should consume no more than 14 units a week. It used to be men were allowed to have more units than women. Now the dangers of drinking is considered so high that they have given both males and females the same equivalent, so 14 units a week. After that, it becomes very dangerous to your health. Now, if you're wondering what this is, what is 14 units? So it's very easy for someone to say 14 units, but you need to have an idea of what that actually means. That is equivalent of 6 pints of beer, 14 units a week, and 7 glasses of wine. Now, the older you get, the more you tend to go out with your mates and drink more. And you might start to think as you get older, gosh, I have much more than that. And that's where it starts to become dangerous. And those 6 pints of beer should be spread out throughout the week. Shouldn't be, oh, I'm allowed 14 units, I'll save them all for Saturday and have them in one go, because that's called binge drinking. And that is equally as bad for you as drinking over the unit equivalent for a week. So that's 14 units a week spread out, not all in one day. People need to realise with alcohol is that it carries many empty calories. Throughout the day when people drink, they'll have eaten their full calories through food or cups of teas and squash, and then they may consume wine on top. A bottle of wine is 644 calories. That's if you're not going for a too sweet a bottle. A large glass of wine is 214 calories. a shot of vodka 72, a shot of gin 72, a pint of cider 210, and a pint of lager 180. That's a lot of empty calories. Those calories aren't going to help you repair your body and make you feel better and give you the vitamins and minerals that you need. These are all empty calories. They're not doing you any good. In fact, they're probably dehydrating you, more likely to give you a headache, and more likely to make you feel nauseous. So I want you to have a go at this exam question. This is Nick, who is 18 and is at sixth form college. He is starting drinking lots at the weekend with friends and now has started to drink at home after college. Discuss how binge drinking or excess drinking could affect Nick's pies. So how could it affect him physically, intellectually, emotionally and socially? If you need to Google some of the impacts of alcohol, please do. Have a little look. What does it do to us? How does it change our body? I mean, some of them you may be aware of because you may be able to see people around you or on the streets that are drunk, and you may go, oh yeah, it makes them slur, it makes their reactions slow, it makes them say things that they perhaps don't mean. You might see people more aggressive. But what's it doing to the inside as well? Intellectually, someone that drinks too much, how's that going to affect them? Is their concentration levels going to be particularly very good, or are they going to be poor? Are they more likely to be sick if they drink too much and therefore miss school? Emotional development. Oh, it can massively, massively affect somebody's mental health. So have a look at that. Social development. Well, who are you going to be hanging about with? What's going to happen with your drinking circles? I want you to really have a little look and send that on to me, please. How could excessive drinking, this is excessive drinking there, it should be excessive drinking, affect Nick's pies? Have a go at that, send it in to me and I will mark it for you. I've had some excellent answers from the previous case studies prior to this. Also, I just want to say, Year 10, thank you very much to all of you that have been getting your work into me. It does seem to be the same students week in, week out. It really has been appreciated. You obviously have worked really hard during lockdown, and you will come back in September much better off because of that. It's so important that you keep up to date with studies. Let me know how you're getting on or ask me if you have any problems. So I really would like to thank those students that have worked that hard. And I just leave you to say, this is the last PowerPoint before you break up. Have a lovely summer holiday. I hope you're able to get away. I hope you're able to have some fun, even though there's lots of restrictions in place. Let's hope nothing else happens. And I really look forward to seeing you in Year 11 in September. Take care, stay safe.